It is now my pleasure to introduce Jacob Zelinski, degree candidate, Bachelor of Arts in the Dietrich College of Communication.
Thank you. Before I begin, I want to make two memories that I would be remiss to let pass. First, looking at my parents and saying I love them and I'm proud of them and I'm here because of them, to the moon and back. Second, I want to thank the professors who have instilled within me passions which I know will never dim. It worked. Thank you. Graduates of 2019, what a privilege it is to stand before you today in all my personhood, my whiteness, my queerness, my first-generation student status, and be heard. I'd like to begin by calling in the energy we're creating in this very space right now with our differences and our voices and our identities. May we see these differences as sparks, as fire starters, as smoke signals to our varying stories of justice and growth and power. As for my Marquette story, it is bookended by heartbreak, and as odd as it may sound, I'm grateful. In a letter given to me as I was preparing to graduate from high school, a teacher of mine, Father Cyril Pinchek of the Society of Jesus, said his only prayer for me in life was that my heart would break. He said he realized how weird that sounded and that I would only understand with time and with age, and I'm beginning to see what he meant after these 4 years. We carry a lot on our hearts. We etch in lessons and love and Christ's words right on top. And when we etch things into our hearts, they become part of us, for it's in the heart's breaking that these etchings seep into who we are as human beings, emphasis on the being. My Marquette story starts with the execution of Marquette alumnus, war journalist, friend, son, and brother James Foley. 2014, the world wept. Hearts in every corner of the globe broke, but this heartbreak gave way to new life informed by Jim's legacy, a legacy that I bear before you today as a scholar in his namesake. When I first arrived on campus, I thought professors and old friends of Jim were looking to me to be as exceptional as he was. But in meeting his family and close friends and hearing story after story of his humanness and his humor, his compassion and his grace, my anxieties gave way to heartbreak. I began to mourn this man I never had the privilege to meet, and that has made all the difference. It is why I picked the majors I did. It is why I went abroad to Cape Town, South Africa. It is why I believe in the voiceless and why I fight the good fight with moral courage. My life is infinitely blessed by this heartbreak by James Foley. And while that first heartbreak has since healed into something beautiful, my heart has recently broken again. My older brother, Joey, who graduated from Marquette in 2017 with a degree in biomedical sciences, passed away in a car accident about 2 months ago. He was 23 and everything that came with it. Beautiful, eager, confused, nonchalant, yet entirely driven, my closest confidant, my first friend. And when my life was weathered by that storm that I never dreamt of being in, I was grateful to be rooted by and within the Marquette community, and I knew that I was meant to be here. And I'll never thank the powers that be for taking my brother away, but yes, I thank God for covering my heart in etchings of my big brother, because I have never felt closer to Joey than I have on this day, in this moment, with him living within my brokenness, within my healing. Since Joey's passing, not a day has gone by on this campus that I haven't smiled, laughed, said thank you, or stopped to appreciate where I was, stopped and thought, damn, I love my people here, or I had no idea how many individuals here want to make sure I'm getting out of bed and carrying on, or look at all of these people who are staring at my heartbreak in the face and loving me still, or better yet, damn, this is exactly where I'm supposed to be. On a smaller scale, losing our Joey and involuntarily opening my heart up has also opened my eyes up to the little glories at Marquette too. Like, have you ever really considered what color the floor is in the AMU? I have no idea. Have you ever listened to your favorite song as you watched the reflection of the sunset against Schrader, or really admired the vines against Marquette Hall, or tried to sing along out loud with its bells? It's tough, but it's pretty fun. Or really thought about the beauty in running into a dear friend just casually on your way to or from class? And what about the way the streetlights reflect off of Wisconsin Avenue at night after it rains? And don't even get me started on the way the tulips still decide to bloom after 10 inches of April snow. There is a grace that seeps from the day we lost our Joey. The sun broke on the worst day of my life, and it broke me into someone I'd never thought I'd be. Someone more grateful, more determined, more loving. Before you today, with a cap and a gown and a broken heart, I'm filled with hope and joy as I aim to catapult myself into exactly who I am called to be. Something huge had to happen so that I could really see the God of tiny, beautiful things in my life. But this grace was there all along. Something huge doesn't have to happen, and hearts don't have to break. Let this moment open you to something huge. Getting your first degree, getting your final degree, watching your first child or your baby graduate from university, celebrating your first year, your 14th year teaching, whatever. The universe wanted everyone in this room to be here pretty badly, and can't that be huge enough? Can't we step into the heartbreak that surrounds us and let the etchings on our hearts inform our next steps? If I've learned anything in my experience with heartbreak, it's that you can't have it all, but you can have songs that remind you of your brother, and experiences that humble you and check your privilege, and a spring day in late February, and time to lead, time to listen, and the wisdom to know the difference. And you can't have it all, it's true, but you can have people who come into your life unexpectedly and do nothing less than rock your world, and heroes that inform the way you live your life, like Maya Angelou, Harvey Milk, and your very own mother. And yes, you can have opportunities knocking on your door that you never expected, and summer scents that make you think of your father and your voice and democracy and upcoming elections. And snow days announced early enough to run to Caffrey's in your pajamas during the coldest winter of your life. And yes, there is more. You can have second chances and the moral courage required to help heal the broken world, and vulnerable moments that reveal how strong you really are, and slow Sundays, happy hours, Fridays, and fresh flowers, and cousins, and coffee, and courage, and care, and summer sun, family, friends, and cleansing clean air. There is a list much longer than this of all you can have today and always. Because it's true, you can't have it all. You can't have life without moments that bring you to your knees, and heartbreak after sacred heartbreak. But you can have this poem, this moment, this day, this privilege, this prayer holy. And you can have every drop of grace the world has to offer you if you would only let this be your something huge. Let this be the breaking of the dam of your heart, the flood that officially baptizes you in the wild, clear waters of it all. Be blessed, graduates. Thank you so much. Thank you.